Hey guys, Shani Mac with another process video, and this is also for the Scrapbooking for Beginners series that I've been doing for a while here, and we're on our last few layouts. It will end sometime this coming week, so we're at the finish line. We're almost there. So first off, to start this layout, it's a photo of my friend and her husband at their wedding. We were all part of it, and so I have a lot of photos of their wedding that I want to scrapbook, and I've already done one with India, but I have a lot. So this layout is very much about the design and how pretty it is, and other layouts will have more journaling. This won't have any journaling. So for this, what I've done is I gutted that back piece of paper. I went ahead and cut that music sheet note paper down to about 11 inches by 11 inches. Sorry, my brain is like all over the place. And adhere that to that background page. I pulled that plate that I'd used the other day back out and used it just to draw a pencil circle on the page, like kind of centered in the page. Now for the photo, it does have a thin white border around it, and then I backed it with some vellum, and then I'm going to back it with this coral colored 6x6 paper, just to give it a little bit of color there and a little bit of focus to the photo. I am going to attach some fun foam to the back there, and then I'm not going to add any more layers or anything to the photo. The image I showed you at the beginning, that is right now in the top right corner of my screen, is a pin I found on Pinterest. I need to start finding out when I do this, adding the link to the actual layout and figure out who did the layout before I start the video, so that I can share that with you guys. If you want to know specifically who did it or the link to the pin, just let me know in the comments and I can put that down there. But basically the whole idea was the layout has circles, and I think it's stitched on the layout from Pinterest, but and then just sprinkly embellishments to fill in the circle. So right now, or not right now, sorry, a second ago you saw me, I just took my black pen and just did scribbly circles all around where the pencil mark was. And I did keep the pencil mark there just because, I traced it there because I wanted to keep my circle fairly circular. I could have just gone in and scribbled, but I feel like I probably would have ended up with a really odd shaped circle if I did that. And then after I did the scribbly lines, I did go in and erase the pencil mark. You couldn't tell it was there, so it's not like it really mattered, but it just bothered me mentally, so I went ahead and did that. Then I am trying to place the title and the photo to make sure they kind of fit together and like nestle together right. And then I'm using my Nuvo liquid adhesive to glue down the title there. And for wedding, I think this is one I had to Frankenstein a couple things. Maybe just the eye, and that was it. Maybe I got this before it got too bad. And then I pulled those gold glitter thickers that I had pulled into the kit later and used those for their last name. Now I'm going to make some fun embellishments, and they're going to be really, really pretty. I really love how these turned out. Pulled the stamp set out that I added to the kit, and I'm using StazOn ink just because I feel like it will dry quicker on the vellum. You can also heat emboss on vellum, which would be really, really pretty if you had like white ink or just the Versamark ink and did white embossing powder, would be really pretty. And I'm just stamping a good amount of these, and I'm gonna fussy cut them in a minute. I do end up messing up some of them, and I dropped it right there, so I did go ahead and add another one. And then I'm going to let that dry for a second. And then I also dropped it on my background. I mean, not my background, my mat. And I didn't want it to be permanent on my mat because Stays On ink is permanent. So thankfully I have Stays On cleaner and use that to get it off. It mostly came off, but not completely. There's still a little bit, but I'm totally fine with it. I do every once in a while take a magic eraser and clean that mat off really well, so you get all the stuff off, and it helps a lot to get all the like mist and stuff that's stuck on there. Went ahead and covered my photo just so I didn't get any mist on it, and then I am using the gold Heidi Swap Color Shine to do some splattering just around that circle, just to give it a nice little shimmer around so far. Sorry, it's the morning and my throat is like not all the way there yet. I haven't talked a whole lot yet. So Phil and India just ran out to get breakfast, so I'm trying to hurry and do a voiceover before they get back. So I went ahead and started with these wood buttons, and I'm kind of starting with larger embellishments and then working my way down to smaller ones to sprinkle in at the end. And then I'm just kind of pulling out all the pieces I want to use and setting them over to the side here. And this is one weird time I do mix my buttons, the 2-hole buttons with the 4-hole buttons. I talked about, I think it was last night's video, that I don't usually mix them on a page. I'll use all 2-hole or all 4-hole or like all of one style. But this time I did actually mix them, so which is kind of funny. Then I'm going to go in and fussy cut all of these butterflies. I'm going to show you one real quick before I fussy cut the rest of them. And I wasn't super careful. I just really roughly cut it out. And I didn't realize I did it like completely off camera. Okay, sorry. So it's not that helpful. And then I just folded it up in the center and then added Nuvo just to where the body is of the butterfly. I've not used the Nuvo glue on vellum where you could see it yet, so I don't know, but I've heard that even if you do it on part of the vellum you can see, you can't see the glue through the vellum. So I'm not sure, I need to test that, but if that's true, that's really, really awesome. On this, because it's behind the butterfly's body, you can't see it at all anyways. So it works out pretty well. And then I'm going to go ahead and adhere down these buttons. I do have a lot of butterflies left right here. So I do go back and add, I mean, I end up using all of the butterflies, but I do go back and add like 2 in some of the areas so that they're clustered together. Not that they're realistic by any means, but I think that kind of gives it more of a realistic feel, like they're just flying around. I mean, obviously they're not going to fly in a circle on a piece of paper like this, but you know, in my head it works. And I like that when you fold it up like that and add the glue, it gives it just that little bit of texture. And once it dries, they do dry a little bit flatter than this, and you can kind of pull them back up if you need to, but the way the glue dries at the bend of the, like the crease of the butterfly's body, it does kind of keep the dimension up a little bit, not a whole lot, but a little bit, even once your page is in a page protector, because it does have a little bit of lift underneath. So now I've got these little tiny blue hearts from that sticker sheet, and I'm adding mini Stampin' Dimensionals behind there. And then I wanted to pull in all the plus signs that were on that gold glitter thicker sheet and add those around. I'm just trying to keep everything fairly evenly spaced out. And they're home. But I'm just trying to keep everything fairly spaced out. I'm gonna go ahead and pause it and I'll finish the voiceover later. Okay, so I'm back. India and Phil are at his parents' right now, so India can play with her cousin Zeke, and I am here all alone, which doesn't happen very often, but trying to get some voiceovers done real fast and caught up on some videos. So now what I'm doing is I'm just going through and using all these little bits and pieces and just filling in all of these little spots. I added some of the mint colored enamel dots from that set that had the wood buttons on it. And then I pulled out these, what are they called? Sequins. I was thinking sprinkles, but that's not the real word. I pulled out these sequins, and these are those from the Magical Mixery on Etsy that she makes the most beautiful sets that go with a lot of the crepe paper sets, collections. Sorry, the words are not coming right now. I'm so sorry. Hopefully we'll get through this. But I'm just going through and adding dots to kind of fill in where I want stuff to fill in those blanks, and then I'm adding the sequins and just, again, spreading out the colors and kind of keeping them evenly spaced around. If you look at it, the top left where there's just one butterfly, it kind of looks flat on that side, so I'm trying to add some more sequins on that outside edge to make it more rounded out. And I think it's just because there's, on the right side, there's the butterflies are on the outside of the line, so it makes it look wonky. It's not, it's just kind of optical illusion, but I am trying to fill out that side so that it is more rounded. And then I'm just going to keep going, filling in these spaces and trying to make sure there's blue and pink evenly distributed, as well as the gold glitter, but not too close to the other things that are the similar colors, if that makes sense. So it's not all clustered together. The heart, the blue heart and the blue sequin and the mint colored enamel dot aren't all in one tiny little grouping and then not for a while. So I'm trying to keep them pretty even. Sorry, I keep using the words even. But that's pretty much it for this whole layout. I don't add any journaling because I have other photos from their wedding, because we were a part of their wedding. So I'm not going to do any journaling. This is really just a pretty layout, and I absolutely love how it turned out. It is so fun with all the sprinkly bits. You guys know that's my favorite part of any layout, is all the little extras at the end. And this one did not disappoint. It will be one that I will have to go back and do for other layouts. So I'm excited to do that in the future as well. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you made it through the entire video, congratulations, because I'm sure it was difficult. If you like this video, please hit like and leave me a comment and let me know what you think about all the little embellishments. If this is something you like, or if it's just too much and too busy for you, I would be interested in knowing that. So thank you again. I hope you have a wonderful day and happy scrapping. Bye, guys.